For over 2 years, the owner of Pasture Gate Farm, Mr. Tunde, was kidnapped on his way back from farm. Today, he has finally decided to share his story with us. But before we continue, please like this video, share it, comment, and send it out to someone who you think might need this. And please subscribe to our channel, please. Farming in Nigeria isn't easy, and many farmers already face tough challenges. But nothing really prepares you for the kind of fear Mr. Tunde went through. The experience wasn't just physically draining, it left deep emotional scars. That one incident changed everything. He ended up moving his goats from his large farmland to his backyard, just to feel safer and be closer to home. Now, what you're about to hear isn't just a story of survival, it's a hard truth that every farmer should be aware of. From trust gone wrong to moment where he didn't know he would make it alive. Now this is his story.
My name is Tunde Oyelayo. I'm the owner and manager of Pasture Gate Farms. We're into cattle breeding, goats breeding, sheep breeding, and also we are into guinea fowl also breeding also. We are into a lot of things, but basically we are into goat, sheep, and cattle. I would like to link in this way. Before I started the goat farming and the sheep farming at home, I was always on the farm in Oyo or in Ishei. And then suddenly I discovered that there was a particular night I was sleeping on the farm after the day's work. And I noticed my dogs were just barking. And they don't bark very much at night until the next morning. So I have this fear that something wrong is going to happen. So the next week when I came, I didn't sleep on the farm. I decided to go to another location in Ishei. That's where we have our cattle. And on the fateful day, was actually on a Thursday, a friend of mine, my church member actually, had a bull in my farm, and he said I should help him sell it. So I just don't want to say like that. I just said that what is best for me is to take a picture of the bull, let him see how big the thing is, so that by the time I tell him I sell for this much, he will know that I've not sold more than what, or it's just an issue of trust. I don't want anybody to say maybe the bull I sold is bigger or is smaller. So I decided to take the picture. So it's on a Thursday. So I took those pictures of the farm about 2 p.m. in the afternoon. As I was about entering into my truck to leave the farm, the farm manager called me and he said, it will require some drugs. So I opened the vehicle just to get some drugs from the vehicle, because I always go, anytime I'm going there, I don't know what will happen on the farm. I always have my drug bags in my vehicle, in my truck. So I opened the door and I tried to bring out some drugs. As I was looking for the drug I needed, I just saw some black people in black clothes. These Islamic people, they covered all their face, and they have AK-47, 8 of them. And they also have backpack also with bullets, and that's their backup. And they have extra gun also for AK-47. So they have about 16 AK-47s with them. And they started speaking in pidgin English that, don't move. If you move, I'm kill you. I said, even I thought they are military men that were patrolling, because some people, when they come to their farm, they always bring military guys. So I said, this is my farm now, I'm working on the farm. This is it. They said, if you talk, we'll kill me. So they started leading me into the bush. I said, they said, if I move, they will fire me. Then it dawned on me that I have fallen into the hands of kidnappers. And I was saying to myself, I've been kidnapped. So they walked me through the paths, the boot paths, into a prepared hole. They've prepared the hole. And it was later I discovered that they've been tracking me down for the past 3 months. So I was right when my dogs were barking. They came to my farm in Oyo to see if they can come and pick me up there. But the dogs didn't allow them until I was going to the second location. So they followed me there the next week. That was where they got me. And they led me to they used palm leaves and cassava leaf to cover me. And it was about 6 p.m. in the evening. They said I should get out of the hole. And they didn't expose their face. They asked me to back. They were backing. Whenever I'm talking, they will ask me to face the bush. That if I should look at those that are talking, they're going to shoot me. So I just obeyed. So when it was about 6 a.m., they said I should come out. They started walking into the deeper bush. And it was late at night. We continued walking, trekking. I was tired, but they said we cannot stop. We continue walking. So when we got to a point, they said I should make a call. Then they said I should call 2 people at least. So I called a friend, and I also called my wife that I've been kidnapped. They said they've been trying to reach me all this while that my phone was switched off. I said they've taken my phone. So while that was happening, through my phone, bank alerts were coming in. So what I did, because there was no network, I said I was behaving as if I want to call my wife. They still gave me my phone to call my wife. So I was deleting those bank alerts. So I will advise anybody that is hearing this story that anytime the phone where we will be receiving our alerts will be different from what we carry around. Because assuming they've seen those alerts, what I'm saying is not what I would be saying. So I was while trying to look for a signal in the bush, I was busy deleting because I know as they were coming, I was just deleting everything. And I deleted the banking app also from my phone. So I was able to get my wife, and I told her I've been kidnapped. Immediately, they took the phone from me. They said they want to talk to her. They said, we have your husband, and if you don't bring 100 million, immediately, they are going to kill him. And what they did, they started shooting into the air, so that just to fighting my wife as if they are shooting me. Started shooting into the air. My wife said, please, we'll look for the money. They cut off the phone. We started moving deeper into the... We finally got to Benin Republic after like 3 days. Walking through the bush. And while we are going, there was a particular village we got to. There are a lot of vigilantes in those community. So they said we should... They have no option that we have to go through the river. That's the shortest cost. And me, I don't know how to swim. And there is a rock, the water, during rainy season, the water was boiling, Ogun River, boiling. They had to push me from the top of the rock into the river. Even I thought I'm already dead. I thought my head would just smash one of the stones in the river. But as God will have it, I was still alive. I opened my eyes and I quickly headed out to a big rock. They also followed suit and they were pushing me. They took me out. So we went through that particular village. And we got to the midst of very large farmlands. So what they do with them, I was talking about, this is the second day. They didn't communicate with anybody. They were trying to reach me. No communication. It was the third day that they put on their Turaya phone. They had a very big pouch with a very big battery also. They made the call again. That is the money ready. That if they don't bring the money, they are giving them a week. They will hand me over to another set of kidnappers that will take me straight to Zamfara. I was just crying. I was pleading while we were in the bush. And they don't talk. Apart from those communications, they were just talking. They also move. When they are talking, it's with signs. And they make signs. Those signs are in form of birds cry. And they understood everything. Once they are making those signs, everybody know what to do. Some will be on top of the tree. Some will be maybe like some 50 meters away from me, but they still held on to their guns. And they said if I should move, they will fire me, that they are gone. The AK-47, if I'm 200 kilometers away, the bullet will get to me. So it's better I just play along with them. So when they waited till the next day, my wife has not been able to reach us. The third day, they asked me to sleep into the solid of soldier ants. They said I should sit in the mist. And it was so cold. I sat in the midst of these ants. They were biting me. You must not cry. When they were biting me, they said I should not cry. We stayed like that. The fourth day, they made a call across to my wife again. That I got that the money. My wife said, we've not even seen 100 million that you're asking for. They said, it's okay. We started negotiating with my accountant friend. They negotiated, but that one took about 5 minutes. That one said, it's okay, let's give you 10 million. They said, what are you saying? That they will waste my life. That we have a lot. They said, what they can do for me is 80 million. They continued in that like the next week. There was no food, there was no water for the past 2 weeks we have been in the bush. And what they do at times, they will, once they see a farm where yam is being planted, they will uproot it, make fire, and they will roast the yam. But they didn't give me any food. And I was not willing to eat the yam. The yams, they were just yam seedlings. They are not even yam. Those people just planted them. They will just remove them. And the only day they asked me to drink water, we got a very big river. Cows have pulled into the water. They started blowing the water. They said I should also drink. They said I will not drink. That was how I stayed. They said they were threatening me. But unfortunately, one of them, the leader, had a very terrible cough. He was coughing. He cannot sleep. So I told him, I said, why don't we get garlic, get honey, and ginger? Let's mix it together. I think that will help. I don't know. I think they have contacts also out there. They have contacts. So those people brought on a bike. I had bikes, came around. They gave them the honey, the ginger, and the garlic. And the guy took it. And that night he was able to sleep. So after that one, I just developed that rapport with the leader. So he liked me somehow. We got talking. And in the midst of this, a lot of things were happening around us. Because after the punishment, the threat, they discovered that all what they had. So we always move at night. During the day, they will keep me in a hole, cover me up there. You have to be laid, you will lay flat, and they will put cassava leaves on you. So nobody that will pass that will know that someone is there. So that has been the pattern for the last 2 weeks that we've been in that bush. And at times when they want to punish me, it's soldier ants, go and sleep in the mist. But later they taught me how to go about it. They said anytime they ask me to sleep in the midst of the soldier ants, I should try as much as possible not to step on any of them. And I tried it. There was a time they said I should sleep. I sleep on the empty floor. I sat there. Those soldier ants came into my body, went into my pants. They came out and they did bite me. So he said that is the secret. Don't kill any of them. But in the long run, while we were discussing, I discovered that it was those that are very close to me that sold me out. Those that I was dealing, helping financially, giving money. So they thought I still have a lot of money. And they didn't know I was just managing myself. I just have that mind to help people. So they told them the story that I am a friend to Buhari. I have I even pay up to 250 million without shaking. So they said if I have connection to Buhari, I should be able to get up to 100 million out for them easily. Even I should be able to pay more. They said, I've never seen this money you are asking for. So it was after that cough incident that the leader of the group, because among them, they have those that tell them that they let them know how to go. Out of they have those that leads us while knowing the path to take. They have those that can shoot accurately. And they have those that make contacts to the world to know what is happening. So when they said I should raise the money, I said I don't have any money. The only thing I have is the cows that I have, that I'm going to sell them and make. He said, no, how did I get this number of cows? I said, it's not my own. They will belong to my friends. We just came together to invest. That is not my own. They said, no, if I can have this number of cows that even Fulanis don't have, then I must be able to raise the money. But after that cough incident that I was able to help them, we came talking and the guy said I should then pay 40 million. So we are now going into the third week. No food, no water for me. That's why at times when we are out, we really don't know what we are getting. We say our country is hard, no food. I did it. I didn't know it. They asked me to fast for just already 1 week. I would say I can't fast, but I discovered that if the will to live was just there, I didn't want to die. I was just thinking, I've not made any plan for my family, nothing. I never knew that day I would be kidnapped. So I never made any plans. So I was just thinking, if I had known, I would have done this. I would have prepared for my family. Nothing. Nobody knows. Even those that have paid money, nobody came out that I paid them money. Nobody. They kept it. I've paid some people to deliver some cassava peels, beauty waste, and PKC, this granite cake. But nobody came and everybody just kept quiet. Nobody. I called some of my friends that I know that they should come and help me to raise the money. They off their phone. So I discovered I was just on my own. So at times I would say, look, your family is key to you. This is an advice to every one of us. Our family is key. You should treat our wives well. Because if I have not treated my wife well, she will not go all out to help me. He said, let him die there. The so-called friends that I have, they all switch off their phone. And I was crying bitterly. Because I thought they should be able to raise money for me. They should be able to do this. They all have been said, we don't have anything. We don't have. I said, but at times when I go to this farm, I bring things. I bring yam. I bring pig meat for them. I will grill it and bring it to them. But when the chiefs are down, they were not willing to help. Everybody they ran to their tents. Oh, Israel, to your tents. But nobody helped me during that week. So I felt bitter. So there's really no friend anywhere. It's only when the going is going good that you have friends around you. So my wife was so smart. She said that she take the cattle to the markets. And she also asked her brother to come and buy those cattle. So, and those Fulanis, they have their people in the market, knowing what I will realize from the sale of the cattle. So we're able to raise about 10 million. Literally bought all the cattle for 10 million. So that was, I said, this is worth how much. But what she did, the brother came, bought those cattle, and took them to the second location in Oyo town. So they thought it was a customer that came to market to buy me. They had them. I didn't know. My wife was like, you know how she came about that plan? But that was what she did. And when they called next, she told that was the third week going. No food, no water. And she called them that they called that. They don't allow you to call them. They use my phone to call her. And they call around number 12 to 1 a.m. That's when they call, very late at night. They said, so she was always keeping her phone open for the call. So they said now, because of the way I've behaved, I've been very supportive. I've never sabotaged them. I've been very cooperative. So we should bring 20 million last. And they gave us a day. They said if we don't bring it on Sunday, I started appealing again. Banks don't open on Sunday. Please, let us make it Monday morning. They said, no, it's okay. I should pick the type of death I want to die. Is it that they should slaughter me or they should shoot me? I said, they should pick anyone. So that night, I dreamt. The only dream I had there was that I saw myself going into heaven. So I just thought they are going to kill me the next morning and I will go to heaven. That was just my consolation. So, but I didn't know that it was a victory sign. So that morning, they called. They said, who will bring the money on a Monday morning? Who will bring the money that they gave me until 12? If I don't make it till 12, they will hand me over to some other kidnappers. They will take me to Safara. So when I agreed to the money, they brought me down from Benin Republic back to Abeokuta on leg. They are trekking 3 days, another 3 days. So my wife said, so we called some of my friends also. That at least now we have raised the money. They should come and help me bring the money to the kidnappers. Bam, everybody, once they heard that, they switch off their phone again. They said, the excuse they gave me, they said they are afraid maybe they will be kidnapped also. So they all switch off their phone. So at the 11th hour, my wife agreed that she would take the money to them, and I was begging, please. And they warned me, they said, if that 20 million, if it's short 1,000 naira, they're going to shoot me in the leg, and I will be nursing that wound forever. And that might even kill me. So I just told my wife when she called that, let them put extra money. So they put about 20,000 naira extra. Okay, brother, you won't believe it. They counted everything. We spent about 45 or 1 hour in the bush. They were counting because my wife had to bring it alone. They said nobody should follow her that. If we should tell the police they will kill us. I also left a part because she made contact with the anti-kidnapping team in Oyo State. They said they cannot come to rescue me in the bush because if they try to shoot, those guys will retaliate and I might be killed in the crossfire, that we should just go and cooperate and pay. That was why we agreed to pay the money. So we paid the money. They counted for like about 1 hour. On that day, they bought me a small bottle of Coca-Cola. That was the first meal I ate in 3 weeks. So I just took, and even I cannot even drink the Coca-Cola because I was having tummy cramp. I've not eaten for over 2 weeks. How can I take Coca-Cola around 12 o'clock? So I left that again. But they gave me a small bottle of Coca-Cola. So my wife came with the money. They said they should drive through Abeokuta, a very lonely pass. And what I've discovered, even they told me that they have an agenda in Nigeria, that they are all over the place. All those bushes that we see, that we think that they are safe, they are not safe. People are in there. They said they are not. They can stay in the bush for years. They are comfortable. That is we in the south that we are not comfortable with the bush. And we counted the money, and the money was complete. And they took the 20,000 naira extra, and they asked my wife to be walking out of the bush. And later, even she thought maybe they are not going to release me. After, when she got to the road, they asked me to join her. So that was the experience I had with the kidnapper. That was what made me to then bring my goats to my backyard. When I know that the bush, they are not safe. My farm is still there. Even while I left the farm, and this cattle that they've stolen from me now is more than 20. They've stolen from me, those working for me. When they know that, even the guy I called my manager, I asked him to take a cow to the market to sell and some sheep so that I can pay salaries and buy some things for the farm. The guy just thought, the guy thought I would not come back, ate all the money. And he said he gave the money to Amotekun, he gave this to police, I said, my wife is there, why will you be spending my money? And I told him it's made basically for salaries. The guy spent the money. Even those people that have taken money from me to buy things for the farm, they didn't disclose until we went round to collect their money back. So we should all just be careful. I think the issue of food scarcity in Nigeria, there is no food, that is because of this insecurity. There are a lot of people that are ready to farm. Even young people, they are ready, but the locations where you can carry out these activities, they are not safe. They are not safe. How much profit am I making that someone is taking over 20 million from me at a go? But just that it's a thing I have passion for. That's why I'm still doing it till Ace. So if the company can help us to make the environment safe, I think farming is very lucrative. People will be willing to go into farming. But when you have to lose your wife, even there was an incident very close to my pig farm. This guy is a Yoruba guy also. He's into poultry, but he wants to diversify into cattle breeding also. And when I had some, I give the Fulanis part of my land to reside. But when I saw the way they were going, I said, okay, even the way these people are going, even some of the things I planted, the animals destroyed the cashew and everything, palm tree, they destroyed them, so I had them to leave. But this my Yoruba friend, without even asking me, took them in and gave them money to buy cattle. Like, he wants to go into cattle. Instead of him to ask me, but because he knows I doesn't want me to know that he's planning such a thing, that he's investing, he went behind, had an arrangement with them, gave them the initial 2 million. And when it was about 2 months, they didn't deliver the cattle. The guy called them, if you don't give me my cattle, I'm going to bring in the police into this matter. The next thing, they organized kidnappers from Kogi State. They came to Ibadan. They kidnapped this guy. On his birthday, they cut off his head. We only saw the stump. The head up to now did not seen the head. So they arrested those guys. They took them to Abuja. I don't know what has come of them. But it's possible they could be released. So as much as possible, if we want to do business, let's be transparent as much as possible. Those that we don't know, you should not hand over our money to them or talk about money. If you're in your vehicle, don't talk about money. Let your driver hear what you are saying. My kidnapping, I discovered that it was those that are close to me that sold me out. and I was only helping them. So if your driver, your gate man, anybody, once they hear you talking about money, they thought you've stolen money somewhere. So this is an opportunity for them to steal from you. And the bad aspect of it is that they kill at the end of the shed blood. And we all know that once you shed blood, you've stolen also, because life is blood. And once you take that life that belongs to blood, that means you have stolen. So, but that is what is happening in Nigeria. This food of insecurity in Nigeria, if the government does not come in to check the issue of kidnapping and some other crime related to it, there is no way it will work. And I also want to point out the police also, I don't know, in Oyo State, they have some people that try to resolve the issue of farmers and cattlemen, that all those issues that arise from it. But I discover that they compromise. When even if the worth of the farm is about maybe 10,000 naira, they are going to ask the Fulanis to pay 20, which is not fair. I believe if a farm is worth 10 naira, let us value the farm, let us value the items damaged properly, and let them be rewarded. Because in Oyo State, you would notice that there are a lot of Fulanis in Oyo State, but there are no fighting and so, because they are willing to pay for any damage. But that should not be the case. Anybody, if you want to go into cattle or any form of farming, livestock, you must buy land, you must invest, because it's a business. But as you all know, they don't want to do such. But in Oyo State, since even even Yorubas are married to Fulanis, they are all, some Fulanis, they get back to them in Oyo State. Where do you want them to go? They are willing even to pay for damage done. But I believe we also should be fair on them. If the value is 10,000 naira, let it 10,000 naira be 10,000. Let us not inflate it. But what is going on in the state, that's what I'm telling you. This is an experience. They will inflate the farm that is not up to maybe just 2 cassava or 2 stem that they remove. They will say it's a whole 10 acres, and they'll say they want 500 million. And I believe this is exploitation. It should not be so. There should be a balance. Everybody would be happy. So that's just my story about how I was kidnapped.
So, sir, how has this whole experience changed your mindsets, your plans?
One, it made me have a rethink that we must not assume that if you are going to wake up tomorrow morning, you must plan ahead in case you don't wake up. Because I never planned for my family. I never thought it would happen. There are people that I mingle with on a daily basis. Even I give them money. I give them part of my cattle to take care of. So I never knew they can sabotage me. So always we must also be thinking that anything can happen. And what you are going to do, don't tell anyone. Your plans, don't tell anyone. And be prepared for anything. Don't say, I'm young, I still have more 100 years to live. As much as possible, you must plan for the unforeseen. There's nothing, nobody, we don't want to die. We don't want any evil to happen to us. But we must also plan. And as much as possible, let's carry our family along. Your children, your wife, let them know the type of business you are doing. If you are the only soul, the brain running the business, once anything happens to you, the business dies. So as much as possible, let's let us encourage our children. For example, I always encourage my daughter, any money I say, let me invest on the farm. So I will be showing her, this is your animal, this is how it's doing. And when we say, this is your money, reinvest it. And gradually she was developing the interest. And whenever we make sale, my wife also said, you to have this. And so she realized that money can come out of this. So she's also, this in the coming year, you must prepare more. Let's buy more animals that we encourage. So we must make it a family thing, so that even when we die, the business can still continue. Because I had one nasty experience which also made me to have a rethink. I have a friend very close to my family in Oyo. I will tell the guy, Mr. Olabi, even you are not changing your clothes, you are not doing your car, say it's because of these children, it's because of my wife. Now that's why we are doing this, so that when we want to do this. And I really, unfortunately, he died. And the next day, because he's a Muslim, They just came to his farm. They moved all his animals to the market. They sold. And when I got back to Ibadan, I saw his children at Top One Hotel. They were all dancing, carrying ladies. And now because if the man had carried the children along, they won't sell the farm off. They would say, this is what daddy is doing. And it's okay, there's money there. Let's continue with it. So they won't sell the...
So they didn't even try to fight for their daddy's property.
No, the man had 3 wives. They came, they divided all the animals into 3. Oh, so he did now. They said all this, they just took them away and they sold. They were not interested. Everybody, they didn't think about the man. When the man died, the farm, they were all thinking about, what are they going to get? What are they going to get? The next day, they just took it to the farm. And I got to the market. I saw them selling the man's cattle because I know them. I know his own sign, his own mark on the animals. And I saw them. I said, Mr. Woolak, I will ask you to eat out of this money. You will say you will not eat. If you are taking care of himself health-wise, could have been a different story. But he refused. He was saying he's doing it for his children. And after you discover even the children will say they are not interested. They don't want to do anything because you've not tried to bring them into the business. At least one of them, if the others doesn't, one will pick, and so that the business will know that at least we should try to do that. And another thing, as I said earlier, your plans you don't have any friend anywhere. It's only when the going is good that you have friends coming around, shared. But when the chips are down, you will not get nobody. There's no friend anywhere. I'm repeating, there is no friend anywhere. It's only when you are giving them things that they will be around. When I had my problem, nobody came with it. So I had to rethink. In the past, when I'm coming, I will buy things for people. I don't.
A quick one. Those friends you call, but they
respond
to you. How after the incident?
They felt bad. They were just begging me, I should learn to forget. They are sincere to me. They really don't have much money. And I told them, I said, there is a woman in my church that gave me 1,000 naira for recharge card so that if they are making calls. I said, she has contributed a lot. You don't have to raise anything you have. You can do it. But also, I should also mention that I have a friend in America. He was able to raise more than 8 million for me. He's my very good friend. My very good friend. My family members also help. But my so-called friends, we raise, so I had to raise the balance. My so-called friends that we see on a daily basis never do any, they never turn up. But I learned to forgive, to forget, but it's a lesson. I don't take them serious. Anything I'm doing, I will plan with my family, not with friends.
Thank you so much for finally sharing your story on our platform. Thank you so much.